So this is the next stage of solving the 3 cube, and at this point we already have put the totem poles up. So let's just see that the totem poles are up. I'm going to flick the middle around so we see all the totem poles now. We see the red totem pole is in, and the blue totem pole, and the orange totem pole. This guy slipped, that's okay. The green totem pole is in. Great. And at this point, now we finally care about where this middle slice is. So you put the middles where they belong. Up until this point, we have not cared at all what happens to the middle slice. When we were putting the 8 corners in, we didn't care what happened to any of the 3 middle slices. Then when we were putting the totem poles in, we cared about the top and the bottom slices, but we didn't care about what was happening in the middle slice. So we cared about what happened. You know, we didn't want this white and this yellow being dislodged, but that still left the middle free to do whatever it wants. At this point, we now fix this. All the middles have to stay where they belong now. Okay, so we look around and we just ask the question, these edges in the middle slice, is this in the right place? No. Is this in the right place? No. Yes, but it's flipped, but it's okay. This guy is not in the right place. Okay, so in this stage we have 2 routines that we rely on. And I'm going to use the routine that holds this guy steady and then rotates the other 3. And I don't care which way they rotate them because it rotates one way, and if it doesn't work you run the routine again and it rotates again. The important part is these 4 guys have to be in these 4 positions. So if this guy is right, if this orange blue guy is right, then these other 3 guys only have one option. They're not all right, so it must be that they are in a cycle of 3. Okay? So we just do the cycle of 3 routine, which is, oh yes, this is called the middle slice, and when I want to rotate it clockwise, I just go like this. As I'm looking down, I call this M in my diagrams. Okay, so this routine is do the right twice, middle once, right twice, and then the middle goes back again. And that rotates these 3 guys around. It just so happened that they all went home, but I'll show you. I'll do it a couple more times. Right, 2, middle, right, 2, middle backwards. You see they rotate again. Right, 2, middle. I almost went the wrong way. Right, 2, middle backwards. Okay, and one thing I do, just because it's faster for me, you can do it if you want, I do right, 2, middle, right, 2, middle, 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 because I find it easier to flick the middle in the same direction all the time. But, you know, you can go front and back, or you can just do the middle slice forwards 3 times to go backwards. Okay, so all these guys are in the right places, but I haven't shown you the other routine. So actually, let me take a solved cube and show you what's happening. If I do right, right, middle, right, right, middle, 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 see? Then you can see very easily visually those 3 guys are dancing around. Those 3 guys, not the guy who's on your front left. This guy is steady, but the other 3 rotate. Right, right, middle, right, right, middle, middle, middle. Just keep rotating it till it comes back to where you want it. Okay? Oh, I gotta do it again. There we go. The other routine we're gonna do is right, right, middle, middle, right, right, middle, middle. It's easier for me to remember. Right, right, middle, middle, right, right, middle, middle. And what good does that do us? Well, you see what it did. It made these 2 right edges swap positions, and these 2 right edges swap positions. So if instead of having a cycle of 3, you have 2 on one side that need to be swapped, and the other 2 opposite ones need to be swapped like that, then you do a right, right, middle, middle, right, right, middle, middle. If there's another situation that can occur, I'm going to create that situation. Yeah, so here's the dots pattern we just got. Okay. So the other situation that can occur is the X situation. Instead of the swaps needing to be in this direction, the swaps need to be in this direction. So this guy has to go here, that guy has to go here. This guy has to go here, and this guy has to go here. So this is the X position. But this is really easy because you don't have to overanalyze it. You only have two cases. You either have a cycle of 3, in which case the guy who's in the correct position, the edge who's in the correct position, goes right there in the right-left edge, or right-left middle edge. Or, if you don't have a cycle of 3, you have to go right, right, middle, middle, right, right, middle, middle. So you check and you're like, oh, it's an X. I don't know where to start. It's an X. Well, you just go. And it doesn't matter how you grab it, as long as top's on top. You just go right, right, middle, middle, right, right, middle, middle. And it turns your X into the other kind of right, right, middle, middle, right, right, middle, middle situation, where you have, you know, you have to look to see what's going on here. So like this guy has to go here, this guy has to go here, okay. This guy has to go here, this guy has to go here. So you kind of hold it there and say, okay, this is the situation I have. This guy goes here, this guy goes here, this guy goes here, this guy goes here. So I'm going to go right, right, middle, middle, right, right, middle, middle. And so that's what that routine does. And I demonstrated that because this cube that we are currently working on, we did not run across that situation. So I've now given you both of the routines that you need to solve that stage, and that is correctly positioning the last 4 edges. At this point, the next thing we need to do is just flip everybody, so that will be the next video.